Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. I spent yesterday getting my classroom ready for our music theme, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of what it looks like. In case you're noticing a rash all over, I changed my cream and I have extremely sensitive skin, so my skin did not appreciate the change. This is the first time that I did a music theme, so I found it took me a little bit longer than usual, but let me show you what it looks like. In our sensory table, we just have the kinetic sand and these sand mold letters. They can stamp to make letters, or they can also fill up the mold and make a letter. For now, our writing center is super simple. I just have the children's names on a ring. I just put out some red, pink, and white paper, as well as some music stencils and heart stencils. Later on in the month, I'll be putting out some Valentine cards for the Writing Center, but for now we're just going to stick with the stencils. For some gross motor, I put out this balance beam, and on the table here I put out some little critters. At our science table, I have some musical bells. So the children will be able to experiment with sound. And over here I have a music shelf set up. I asked on my local Facebook group if anyone had anything music related that they wanted to donate to my classroom. And I actually got some excellent donations, and I'll just show you some of them. Someone donated this music stand, so I thought that made a great decoration for our classroom. And someone else gave us this ukulele. This month we actually have two musical guests coming. One of them will be talking about piano, and the other musical guest will be talking about drums. So that'll be a fun thing to look forward to this month. Over on the other shelf, I have a few more musical instruments, as well as a self-correcting alphabet. I have the Melissa and Doug music puzzle, as well as an alphabet puzzle and the latch puzzle. And then I have this activity where the children have to try to find the two boxes that have the same sound. And over here we have some musical instruments displayed on our easel, and some of the instruments we'll be using during circle. And here are our music books for the month. In the block area, I have just some simple cardboard blocks. To incorporate some math, I put out a Melissa and Doug stacking toy, as well as a shape sorter. And in here I have some Thomas trains. So I have a very simple track that makes a circle, and I think it's perfect for my age group. And then I also put out some wedgets with some cards that they could follow. This develops some early literacy skills when they follow patterns off of the cards. Over here I just made a really simple interactive bulletin board. So you can see that I just put a provocation out, can you write your name? And I stuck a little command hook with the children's names, and all the letters to spell the children's names are on the board. So the children are going to be able to practice writing their names. Over in my dramatic play area, I just added some Valentine drink cups and a little paper doily. And then very simple setup over here. I changed the phone, and I also added this clock. It not only reminds me of my childhood, but it also gives the children practice using their pincer grasp when they turn the knob. It has music, which goes along nicely with our theme. And then I just put out a couple of simple baking materials. So we have sugar, milk, a recipe card, some measuring cups, our baking supplies, our coffee makers, and then this should be interesting. This is one of those vintage phones now, and I don't think the children will have a clue what this is about, but I thought it was fun for them to play with. Later on in the month, we're going to be making a little phone book so that the children can look up the numbers and then try to dial the numbers. Down here, I just have some brownies, and I have a leftover tin from Christmas, and I put the extra pieces inside here. And then here, just have some plates and a mixing bowl. Over here, I have a little vintage radio. It also has some different songs, and again, they'll have practice with their pincer grasp when they turn it. And it also has some music notes, which is going to be fun for the children to recognize music notes during the month. In the cupboard here, I just put a pan and a spatula and a oven mitt. In the fridge, I put just some simple ingredients. I put a little container for feeding their babies, some bottles, a colander with some strawberries and a little strawberry huller, and some eggs, some butter, milk, and juice. Over by the stove, I add a little timer. And here I have a little scrub brush so they can wash the strawberries. In this little cupboard, I have a chopping board and a little knife. And in this drawer, I just added a bib for their babies. And then we have our stroller and our car seat. And then we have our babies, and I just have some simple dress-up items for our dress-up area and a couple of guitars. I also forgot to mention that I also added a little record player in our block area. I'm a little bit nervous in terms of the noise level this month, so we'll see how long this theme lasts. I'm hoping to go through the whole month of February, but we'll have to see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed this music tour. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.